In the heart of Europe, a nation shattered by defeat and economic despair would give birth to a man who would plunge the world into darkness. This is the story of Adolf Hitler and the rise of Nazi Germany. After World War I, Germany was a nation in ruins. The Treaty of Versailles imposed harsh terms, leaving the country humiliated and economically devastated. The Great Depression struck, further deepening Germany's despair. Let's take an example from the book The Downfall of Money by Frederick Taylor. In 1922, a loaf of bread was available in their market for 163 mark in 22. In September 1923 he was valued at 1.5 million marks, and at the end of November. Soon it rose to 2 billion marks. Due to such rise in commodity prices, a terrible famine descended upon the people. Unable to meet the debt obligations, many companies go bankrupt. More than 6 million people became unemployed and homeless. On November 8, 1923, Hitler attacked Munich with about 2,000 armed soldiers and attempted a military coup. An administrative meeting was held that day at the Burger Brockeler beer hall in Munich. More than 3,000 members were present there. The discussion was about the way to get out of the economic deadlock. When Hitler was brought to trial on February 24, 1924, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for treason. This entire event is known in history as the Beer Hall Putsch. Just as Mussolini seized power in Italy in 1922 through a military coup, Hitler thought he could seize power in Germany in exactly the same way. But after this incident, he realized that it is not possible to come to power in this country without forming a complete political party. After this incident, his popularity increased throughout Germany. The speech he gave in front of the judge in the courtroom was given serious coverage by the newspapers. His speech seemed to show the light of hope to the common people. After that, Hitler did not have to serve a year in prison instead of 5 years. On December 20, 1924, Hitler was released from prison. While in prison earlier, he wrote the first part of Mein Kampf, which was first published in 1925. After its completion, the formation phase of his political party began. In 1933, his political party, the Nazi Party, came to power and was the first to abolish the old currency and start printing new currency. He expelled the bankers who had held the country hostage for so long. The image of the entire country changed overnight. He single-handedly brought the entire unemployed society back to work and started building houses for all. After just a few years they became a superpower nation. Seeing their change, Austria also started following the same policy, allowed Hitler to enter their country unhindered. Once in power, Hitler moved swiftly to dismantle democracy and establish a totalitarian dictatorship. The Enabling Act granted him extraordinary powers, effectively ending the Weimar Republic. The Nazis began their systematic persecution of minority groups, including Jews, Roma, and political opponents. Hitler's aggressive expansionist policies led to a series of crises. The annexation of Austria and the Sudetenland in Czechoslovakia were appeased by Western powers. However, Hitler's invasion of Poland in 1939 triggered World War II. The rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party was a dark chapter in human history. Their ideology of racial superiority and totalitarian rule led to the Holocaust and the devastation of World War II. Understanding this period is crucial to preventing such atrocities from happening again.